Hello fellow human, welcome back to another Dank Doggo r/malicious compliance. So our story for today is from u/GRS1 with the title of Figure It Out and Don't Come Back Until You Do. Okay buddy, if that's what you want. Okay, this story is set 19 years ago. I remember the exact time frame because I was working at his place when the September 11 attacks happened. This place was the office of an interior designer in a big city I'd lived in. I'd been looking for tech work and an acquaintance had recently been hired on as office manager, so she brought me on. I was happy to land a job providing tech support and to be earning a decent hourly wage with the flexible hours. But little did I know how bizarre this place was. How bizarre, you ask? Well, my acquaintance, the new office manager, was never in the office. The designer, let's call him Boss, was also rarely there. Let me tell you a little about Boss. He was an older guy, 60s easily, which was ancient to my 22 years old self. He constantly ground his teeth and clenched his jaw. He always seemed distracted and had a general vibe of just being weird. So I get this new gig and pretty immediately find myself alone in a nice big office space with no onboarding, no training, and nothing to do. Literally come to work, serve the web for hours, go home or go to class. Every now and then, Boss would randomly come in and ask me to do something vaguely tech related, like create a spreadsheets for client names. And then he'd ask me to show him how to do the same thing. I'd do, and he'd be thrilled and give me a bonus on the spot. Sweet, right? Right. Until Boss started coming in and losing his crap about random things, like the green ink on his printed Excel spreadsheet was the wrong hue, or the office manager had called in and why the hell did she need the day off, or any number of other random things. None of which were my fault, and many of which I had absolutely nothing to do with. Boss was ripping my butt a new one whenever he was in the office, which became more frequently. I learned from the office manager that Boss had been cleared to return to working more hours by his psychiatrist. Wait, what? Turns out Boss was never around when I started because he had a mental breakdown and had been advised to step back from work. So the distractedness, meds, the teeth grinding, uncontrollable stress reaction. He even did it in his sleep. It was so bad, his dentist had concern about his jawbone having microfracture. Oh great. So the guy gets back into swing of things and takes everything out on me. I'm 22, my wife is in grad school, I need this job, but I'm feeling the stress. I'm always thinking about work, stewing over the last thing I got unfairly yelled at about. I'm waking up 3 or 4 times at a night for no reason I can think of. My wife says I toss and turn when I do sleep. This goes on for a week or 2. Then Boss walks in with a new handheld digital voice recorder, hands it to me and says, "When I record a voice note, I want it to be saved in there as Boss Dave Node ##, and I need you to show me how to use it." Okay, this is actually in my wheelhouse, so I take the recorder, grab the manual, and start tinkering. I come up with a quick how-to curriculum and then read a note in the manual. Voice recordings are saved in the device as VR ###, timedatestamp.vrn. Once you import them into your PC, you may rename them as required. So Boss' initial request is not possible with the hardware, but there's a simple workaround. I document that as part of my curriculum and I go sit with Boss to go over it. Naturally, he blows up that he can't rename the files on the device. He can't believe I can't figure this one thing out. Did I even look at the manual? He knows it can do what he wants. I just have to do my job and learn how to make the changes. And then, GRS1, go home right now. and don't come back until you have figured out how to do what I want. Cue my relieved but gleeful malicious compliance. I go home, and since I know that boss is asking is impossible, I never even consider returning. I don't call in the next day I'm scheduled, I don't go in, I try to forget the whole ordeal. I do begin to sleep like a baby. 2 weeks pass, I've moved on, looking for another job, doing school, normal stuff. I get a call from boss out of the blue. GRS1, you haven't been in a while, is everything okay? When are you coming back to work? I've got some tech issues I need your help with. I'm floored. This guy's talking to me. Like the last time we spoke, he was screaming at the top of his lungs, spilling spittle everywhere. So I say, dude, you told me not to come back to work until I figured out that voice recorder thing, so I didn't come back. Cause that thing is never gonna do what you want. Boss, oh that? I took it back to the store, so I'll see you tomorrow? Me, nope. I figured I was fired, so I've got another job. Please mail me my last check, but don't call me anymore. Thanks, bye. And I disconnected the call laughing. It never felt so satisfying to be unemployed. TLDR, my boss demanded me to do something impossible and told me not to come back to work until I figured it out. So I never went back. I'm by no means defending the boss, just that he had some issues and I kinda get it. I mean, the boss was on meds and suffered quite severe mental breakdown, so I can't really judge him on this one. He even grinded his teeth so much due to stress that even his doctors were worried about his jawbones being fractured or something. So I guess it can be extremely frustrating working there, but I don't really think he meant any of what he said. Just that it can be rather annoying at times. Maybe his ego was just too big to give an apology, so he attempted to let things slide and pretend nothing happened after 2 weeks, right? I mean, if OP get the job done and the boss felt great, he even give hot bonus right on the spot. But as for OP, he just couldn't take it anymore and even having hard time sleeping. So it's a good decision that OP had changed his job, because this particular job would be much more suitable for those that are patient enough. It's a good thing that people have, sufficient and competent work skills that if somehow things gone wrong, they can easily hop into new job after just 2 weeks. Alright, and now for the comments. We have the first comment by u/Tynin42. As someone who has worked under someone sort of familiar, I feel your pain. The guy I worked for was a titan in this industry, but you'd never know it based on his behavior. He would get mad at his computer, throw his monitor, smash his keyboard, then got in the intercom and shout about how he needed a new computer now. But he could be great for handing out the spot bonuses in the form of multiple $100 bills. He'd often fire people because he was having a bad morning, and then rehire them back, giving them more money. It was a madhouse. This job is really great for those who can let their ego temporarily slide for a little bit. I mean, I don't personally mind higher pay raise because the boss had a bad morning. Kind of depends though. If, he actually insulted me so bad and harsh, then maybe not. I don't know. User Mischief Maker commented, your old boss sounds like he had some kind of mental disorder, maybe bipolar or schizophrenia or something, and they were trying to figure out his meds. At 22, it's well above your pay grade to cope with. I had a roommate like that once. Her family ended up coming, taking her to the hospital, and when she got off her meds, after we'd been living together for a few months, I was so relieved. I think she was too. She knew what was wrong, but couldn't stop the cycle. Meanwhile, u/Nynes prays, I admire your empathy. It couldn't have been easy to live with, but you could see both sides and refrain from placing blame. Username Carol333 asked, did you get the last check? Delby responded, I can't remember, but I sort of keen sense for when I'm being cheated out of money, and I don't tend to forget it, so I probably did. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Dank Doggo appreciates your time. If you enjoy our content and want to see more of us, stay tuned and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button or the doggo will cry. Also, you can always tell us your doggo comrades, your experiences in the comment section. I will catch up with you guys later in the next video.